Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Michael Portillo and I've been documenting my Achilles tendon rupture recovery on YouTube. I do have a couple of notes in front of me that I want to be going back and forth, so I apologize if I do go ahead and see the screen a lot, but I just want to make sure that all the details I provide to you are as accurate as possible. I've been sharing my full recovery journey. If you haven't seen any of my past videos, feel free to go to the channel and go from the very first video. You'll be able to see that I do talk a lot about my recovery. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's a new week, it's a new day. In this video, I'm covering my week 9 recovery update, which is this week. I'm going to be giving you guys a breakdown of kind of like the physical therapy exercises that I'm doing and some additional things that I've added to my recovery that hopefully will be able to help you. One of the main ones being peptides, which we'll be able to talk about. So if you're recovering from an injury or you're just curious about what kind of progress to expect, I'm going to be going through all that stuff right now. So let me give you guys a quick update or a quick review of my timeline. So I ruptured my Achilles May 25th, 2025. I had my surgery May 31st. And then after that, in the first couple of weeks, which was, early June, I was in the splint, wasn't able to be doing any non-weight bearing. And then week 3, I moved into a hard cast. So the reason why I went into a hard cast, if you're going through an Achilles rupture and you had surgery, you might just go from a splint straight into a boot. I went into a cast in between because my doctor didn't want my incision to get infected. So don't be surprised. There are kind of different avenues and different timelines here. So if mine doesn't match up with yours, it's totally okay. We're still in the same journey. After that, I started going into a boot. So they moved me from a cast into a boot, which was huge. I was still on crutches, here and there, and still utilizing the iWalk. If you don't know what the iWalk is, it's super helpful. I've done a couple of reviews for it. Feel free to go ahead and check out my videos. And then week 7 on July 11th, I actually got taken off the crutches. So I was full bearing on the boot, no crutches, no scooter, no iWalk. This was awesome. It was actually the day right before my birthday, so it was awesome. And then, just recently, I also started on July 14th, I started physical therapy. So got to meet my physical therapist. She's super awesome. She's super cool. We were doing a couple of exercises. And then just this week, July 28th, I started walking in shoes. So I transitioned from splint, cast, boot, and now I'm in no boot. I'm fully walking in my shoes. It feels great. I still have a limp, but that's okay. I'm making some progress. So that's a little bit of my timeline. Let's talk about some of the physical therapy exercises that I'm doing and why I do all of them. I do these 7 days a week, 3 sets of 10 reps each. They may seem basic, but they're incredibly important for being able to rebuild strength, being able to get some balance and mobility. You haven't been using a lot of these muscles in a long time, most likely 4, 5, 6 weeks, and you'll be able to see that it does take a toll onto your body. So first one is going to be ankle pumps. Essentially here what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting the toes up and down, and what this does, it improves circulation, it helps with reducing swelling, and it activates the calf muscles. The second one we're going to be talking about is ankle inversion and eversion. Essentially here what we're doing is we're pointing the toes down. It's really important to be able to keep the toes down because if you point your toes up, you could hurt yourself. So keep your toes down when doing this, and all you're going to be doing is rotating the ankle side to side, side to side. And what that does, it straightens the stabilizers in your ankle and helps with balance, prevents future injuries. This one actually, for me, it just feels really good. It kind of feels like a mini massage. The next one we're going to be talking about is seated heel raises. So here, as you can see, I'm lifting up my heels off the ground while seated. It is a little bit scary, so make sure you're cleared for all of these, by the way. Make sure your physical therapist and your doctor are clearing you to be able to do exercises. And what this does, it helps safely rebuild calf strength without stressing on the Achilles. So, I do 30 of these, do as many as you can. It is going to be a little bit sore. It's going to be a little bit hesitant at the beginning, but you'll be able to get it. The next one, this one is actually going to utilize a resistance band, and this is called the prone hip extension. And here what we're going to do is we're going to lie facing down and we're going to lift one leg straight up. What this does, it actually works out your glutes. So it helps reactivate your glutes and hamstrings, which obviously they're going to be super weak after weeks of not walking. And trust me when I tell you, you're going to need to work these out. When I try to walk in my shoe for the first time, I almost fell, and I felt just how weak my hamstrings, my glutes, and my thighs all were. So this is one that I'm paying a lot of attention to. The next one is going to be straight leg raises. This is essentially one leg straight. The other one's going to be bent. And what this does, it builds quad and hip flexor strains without engaging in the Achilles. So what I do here, what my physical therapist wanted me to do is lift it and hold it for 5 seconds and then bring it down. So if you can see, what I'm doing is I'm going up and then I'm holding it for 5 seconds and going back down and so on. The next one is the sideline hip abductions with the resistance band again. And this one is a workout as well. So here what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay on one side. We're gonna lift the top leg against the band, as you can see here. And what this does, it builds hip and lateral glute strength for better walking control. So your hips are also affected to this. So make sure you're not rocking your hips when you're doing this. Keep your hips straight, and essentially this should be able to help you with being able to get more strength in your hips and in your glutes. So those are the 6 exercises that I'm doing right now. Again, as we mentioned, they look very easy, and to some they may be, right? To some people they may be, but as you're going through your journey, don't push yourself to the max. Just do what your physical therapist is telling you to do, and make sure you're paying attention to him or her. The next thing I'm using, I'm using red light therapy belt that I bought on Amazon. Not only are there people following my journey here on YouTube, but on Instagram as well. And a friend recommended that I go ahead and do it. So what I do is I wrap it around my ankle and calf, and I keep it on for 30 minutes per day at the highest intensity setting. And red light therapy is actually known to show some benefits. Essentially, what red light therapy is known to do is increase blood flow, reduce inflammation, support cellular repair. Have I noticed a huge difference? Not yet, but it feels really good once I take off the band. I mean, I'm still really early in my recovery, but I do trust the process, and it's become a part of my daily routine. Right after physical therapy or red light therapy, what I do is I ice my Achilles and calf for 15 to 20 minutes a day. Obviously, as you know, icing has so many benefits, like bringing down swelling, reducing soreness, preventing tightness overnight. And then obviously if I'm walking as well, I go on my walks throughout my lunch, and then after work, I make sure to ice it right after, and it makes a huge difference. Now, moving on, let's talk about peptides. So what are peptides? And I'll talk about the peptides that I'm using, which is BPC-157 and TB500. You've probably clicked on this video for this part. What are peptides? Peptides are short chains of amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins. I'm reading this off Google, guys. They act as these signaling molecules in the buildings, influencing various cellular processes. And essentially, peptides can be naturally occurring or synthesized, and are used in skincare, medicine, and other fields for their diverse functions. In my case, I'm using peptides to potentially support healing and tissue recovery. So the first one that I'm using, it's called BPC-157, which stands for body protection compound. It's a synthetic peptide derived from a protein that we've already gone and generated. It's found in human gastric juice. It's known for its potential healing properties across skin, muscles, tendons, and bone, and it's shown to support tendon and ligament healing, reduce inflammation, and improve blood flow. Now, I do want to note that most of this research has been in animals like rats, with very, very limited human trials. This is not FDA approved, and this isn't like medical advice. If you are going to be looking into peptides, make sure you talk to your doctor first. But again, this is not medical advice. This is just something that I found, and I decided to, take a chance on it. The next one is TB500, thymosin beta-4 fragment. It's a synthetic version of a naturally occurring protein fragment. And what TB500 does, it promotes tissue repair by supporting cell migration and new blood vessel formation as well as it helps with regenerative and anti-inflammatory effects, which may heal muscles, tendons, ligaments, and skin. It interacts with actin to promote cell movement and repair. Again, this is also not FDA approved. Also, if you are an athlete, this is essentially banned by a lot of sporting leagues. So be careful if you are an athlete, if you're taking this. They're banned because they are essentially performance enhancing potential. When combined, BPC-157 and TB500 are often referred as the Wolverine Stack for their potential regenerative effects. Obviously, the Wolverine Stack refers to the combined use of the peptides BPC-157 and TB500, named after the X-Men character. Why? Because if you've ever seen one of those movies, he's known for his accelerated healing, and this stack is believed to enhance injury recovery by potentially promoting healing of various tissues like skin, muscle, bone, ligaments, and tendons. What I'm doing is I'm doing 1 injection per day, 5 days on, 2 days off. I'm actually on about a 6-7 week cycle. Currently, I'm on week 2. So yeah, in my experience, week 2, I feel good, nothing drastic, but I do feel good, right? I feel a little bit more energized, less sore. I'm recovering between physical therapy sessions. Again, this is not medical advice. I'm just sharing my personal advice. One of the things that I did notice when I was on one of these peptides is I was sweating and I felt like I was burning a lot of energy, and I was super hungry as well. So that's something to look into it. But I was sweating and I felt good. I felt like I had just gone to the gym in a way, and that may be because I am also taking another peptide, which I'll talk about on the side. But in total, I am taking 3 peptides. The other one that I'm taking is called SLUP332. This is a synthetic compound that acts as more of it mimics some of the benefits of physical exercise by increasing energy and fat metabolism. So the combination of all 3, honestly, I'm feeling really good for not have gone to the gym in the past couple of months. And the biggest thing for me is I'm officially walking in shoes again. I started this Monday, July 28th, and I've been doing short walks around my neighborhood. The first few steps obviously were a little bit awkward, but I'm getting better every single day. I still have a limp, which is okay, but my confidence is growing, and every walk definitely feels like a win for me. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this gives you guys some real insight into a week-by-week recovery is looking like. Maybe not week-by-week, but at least some detailed stuff of what it looks like from physical therapy to peptides to finally walking again. If you're going through a similar injury, just know that the progress is possible. Just a few weeks, I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna walk again. It is slow, it can be frustrating, but every step forward counts, even the ones that feel small. Along with that, if you are a clinic, maybe you have some questions about peptides. If you're somebody that is an individual, maybe you're a clinic, you're a wellness spa, a telehealth practice, and you're looking to access US-made peptides like BPC-157, TB500, semaglutide, NAD, any of the GLP-1s. We do have full COAs fast. I do work with somebody that has full COAs, fast turnarounds, and have a trusted source. So feel free to reach out to me at any point. I'll be able to go ahead and connect you with someone who can get you the right peptides. And of course, if you found this video helpful, like it, drop a comment, share it with a friend, subscribe. Again, I'll be sharing more recovery update tips and insights as they come. You're not alone in this. I appreciate you all. Thank you. And I will see you guys in the next one.